Hey guys, welcome to a Demogorgon main coaching session. So I was recently approached by this guy who wanted to improve on some of his plays on Demogorgon. There were some issues on some of the loops, he said, and he felt like it was hard to deal with survivors who played a bit too safe. So he sent me an entire gameplay and a few clips that was highlighted. Now I'll go through the entire video and I'll basically highlight what was done right and what was done wrong, and so on and so on. So I believe the first clip is here, which is really nice. Okay, so we have a first fake in. Okay, interesting. Okay. I don't think there's anything too wrong with this right here, but there's definitely stuff that could be done differently if you wanted to do a pounce. So I'll just pause the video right now before we go to the next one. Okay, so right now I'm going to approach the loop with the intent of you using the thread. You can obviously argue whether that was possible or not, or whether that was the correct decision, but I definitely think it was possible to get a few threads in here in the loop that you showed me. There was nothing wrong with that clip you sent right there. I don't think so. You did it right. He played it safe and you punished him for it. Now, if you wanted to get a hit here on Dwight, what I would have done when you went up to the T-wall, I would have basically pushed Dwight all the way to the right on the T-wall, and then I would make him think that he would get it for free, and then I would double back on the side and come up with like a short medium pounce and hit him as he's about to walk the window. Now survivors love to loop this loop the most optimal way, which is looping both the windows in a circle. And so what you do is you basically punish those expectations. Okay, so right here I think that maybe you could have used the tires. So when Dwight ran behind this wall, I think maybe I would have double backed, wait like 1 or 2 seconds, and then return for a pounce, because that would usually force Dwight to stand still, and if he mispositions, then there's a good chance you would be able to get a hit in here, and this is basically what that would look like. So there's one more thing that might have worked here, and that is you would have done a quick rotation to the left and intercepted Dwight as he kept running. Again, it's usually really important that you pre-pounce, so you pounce before you even see the survivor to give them as little reaction time as possible. Now there's obviously never a guarantee that this will work, but the thing is, like, if you land right next to them, if you're running a cooldown add-on, usually you can get them before they get to the second window anyway. Okay, we'll just keep going now and see what happens. Okay, so Dwight goes this way, you go around here. Okay, you charge up, nice. Okay, that was close. The charge time was almost perfect, I would say. Dwight is good though, he does run behind you and abuse one of Demogorgon's main weaknesses as well. Okay, good charge as well, you get the pallet. Let's see here. Okay, and we have that hard. Okay, I'll pause the video for now. Okay, so I'm just gonna go over the entire clip again and explain. Let's see. Okay, so right here, when you go through here and you don't see, like, you see that Dwight is missing, I would start charging up my ability right now and basically hit Dwight with an unexpected shred or pounce. The thing is, like, Demogorgon has one of the best sound cues in the entire game, because you can't hear it, unlike Huntress when she charges up. You can't hear the sound cue until it's fully charged. At least it's really, really hard, and thus it'll be unexpected, and Dwight will basically have less reaction time as well. So that's what I would have done. Let's see here. Here we go. And right here, when the wall is right here, I would have done the same thing again. Just try and charge up and just hit him as you come out again. So this one was really close. Like, I guess you could have waited a little bit here until he got in between the boxes, so you could try and zone him, even though I don't really want to promote that too much. But yeah, on that, it was a solid shred, I think. Like, the distance was almost perfect, so well done on that one. And right here, like, because you landed so close to him, I would just charge up immediately. I wouldn't even check where he was. I would just charge up again, and then I would just hit him with another shred really, really quick. And you can see right here, I think you could hit him, at least if you had a cooldown. I'm pretty certain you could manage to get a shred on Dwight here. I actually covered that in a separate guide to the main guide, and you can just check it out. Just put it in the corner right here so you can check it out. Okay, so I think this was actually quite fine. This was fine, yeah. I think, like, if you wanted to, you could have you can actually have a bigger chance of maybe getting a hit on Dwight here by just faking it to one side and just like doing a quick turn. So just going to the right to make him think, okay, he's coming to right, make him stay at the pallet and just come out with a quick turn on the pallet. Maybe it worked, maybe it wouldn't. I mean, Dwight is really good as well. So let's see. So you keep going here, and yeah, dead hard is burned. I don't think you could have done too much here, even if you didn't know Dwight had dead hard, obviously. I don't think you could have done too much, because even if you had zoned him, he could have just dead hard to the side, and that would basically have been it. But that's what what you would normally do against that. You would just zone and wait for him to use Dead Hard and then just hit him, but you couldn't really do it here because, yeah, he could just turn the corners. But on that, well done. Okay, let's continue with the chase. So I can see you're trying to go for like a rotation my game, which is more than possible, by the way. This can be done. Your charge is too long, by the way. You can't hold down for that long. You can slow down, and Dwight also knows what you're doing, and you're going to fly off, and you're going to lose pressure in the chase. Although you did loop him the right way, so credit to that. You go to this gen to try and stop them. That's good. That's the right macro-wise decision to do. Just going to pause right here. Okay, so I'm just going to show you a clip, which is like pretty much the same scenario. As you can start here, the rotation you want to do like really quick and smooth, and just charge the exact amount you need to. Also, you want to sort of like curve in towards the truck because it's a straight line, and if you didn't know, you can actually curve inwards 20 to 30 degrees on straight lines, and it means you sometimes can hit them just around the corner. I also done a separate guide on that, which is a sliding guide, and I also recommend you go and watch that. I'm just going to link that in the corner as well. Okay, so I wanted to give you an extra tip right here, because in that loop there's actually a grey car, and if you can force the survivor that way, you can actually slide off this grey car right here, which is like a lot of survivors don't expect, and it's more or less a free hit at this point. It's just a good tip as well. Okay, so let's continue the chase. Okay, you don't pounce, which is fine, because I don't think that would have done too much. Here's a gap closure. She safely drops the pallet, interesting, and then she goes this way. Okay, and that is life. If you knew, now you didn't know, but if you knew she had life, you could have gotten her here, and you could have gotten here with a pounce as well. But again, not necessary, because yeah, you can just do a regular mind game, I guess. So that's fine. I'm just gonna pause it here. Okay, so here's what I would have done. When Kate here turns to the left, I would also have turned to the left, and then hit her on a straight line on the pallet. So just to give an example, this is what it looks like. So you go to the left, and the survivor doesn't really know which angle you're coming from, and if they're camping the pallet, well, there's a good chance you'll get him here, or at least Kate wouldn't be able to use her life here. Also, once you know like survivors of life, you can just charge up ahead in anticipation and just hit them similar to what you would do with sprint burst and balance landing as well. Okay, let's continue the gameplay. Let's see. Okay, so you do window wall, that's fine, everyone's here, that's good. You go for Kate. Dwight was a free hit, by the way, I think. Yeah. Again, you could have done a pounce here, but again, I guess it's not necessary, and you get a stack as well, so that's fine. But a pounce was possible. Okay, so like a check with the flashlight. Well done. That's a cool trick as well. That's good to use. You can use it in the open light, but on the pallet it's just really hard to use. But that's a nice bait. Okay, so you go to the shack because that's what that's two people. That's fine. Let's see. Okay, you go for Claudette. Okay, nice. You hide your red stain. That's really good. I think that's too much zoning. You missed. That's, yeah, she should have been dead here for sure, but that's what happens. That's fine. Okay, and then we go here, and okay, nice. That was pretty much perfect, that charge. That's a little bit, but that was perfect almost, I would say. So that's really good. I'm just gonna pause it right here. Alright, so I'm just gonna quickly go over this entire scenario again. Right here at the shack, I think there was a fairly, not big mistake, but a fairly big one. So right here when you charge up, this is way too much charge, by the way. I know a lot of people want you to zone, but this is way too much. If you have any cooldown, you won't get it. You can't even turn the slightest bit if you bump into something. And the thing is, like, you can't really hit the window before you sort of like pass the red logger anyway. So there's not really any point. Not only do you tell Claudette exactly what you're gonna do, but you're also gonna get slowed down. So I'm just gonna give you an example where I show, in my opinion, what the correct charge is for the shack. And also, like, even if they go for the pallet, you can still get them with this really short charge, and it also surprises a lot of survivors because they obviously think you're not gonna fucking use the shred. So that's really nice as well. I would only charge up like this if I knew they had Dead Hard. Now you're a little bit unlucky with the gen that they had in the middle here, but yeah, I think that's how you should do the shack on the charge. Alright, so let's continue. So again, you missed this one here obviously, but yeah, that should definitely have been a hit here. Okay, Claudette, wait a bit here. Okay, so what I would have done here is I would have gone, you could have gone, you don't have to, but you could have gone to the side of the shack, waited a little bit, because again, that forces the survivor to stand still and then come out with a shred. And usually, like, even if you don't hit the survivor, it doesn't matter because they can't make the window, and you can usually get a shred there. So it's usually a win-win. The important thing is that you just gap closure them. Okay, so right here, I would have charged up, and I would have basically have zoned Claudette from this entrance of the entrance to the shack right here. That's what I would have done. If you're cooldown, you can basically hit it. You couldn't make the window or anything else afterwards, basically. It was a free hit. But again, right after that, you actually charge up perfectly. So that was a really good charge, I think. So well done on that one. Okay, so let's continue with the gameplay. Now, where did all the survivors go? Okay, so they're all by the hook. Okay, cool. And nice, you get one a nice little stack there. Cool mind games, nice. Again, you could probably hit Dwight here with a shred, but maybe you expected it that hard, I'm not sure. If so, it's fine either way. It's not that much chase difference, but it matters in the end, I guess. I presume you are expecting a flashlight save here, which is fine, okay. Kate shows herself and you hit her in between the wall and the tree, really nice. That should have been a blind, by the way, if she had played her cards correctly. There's nothing you could do there. Okay, Dead Heart comes out, so now we know that Kate has Dead Heart. Okay, so maybe you can use that later, I'm not sure. But that was nice. You got a real... I don't know, what's this Kate doing? That's the Lithe Kate, okay. Okay, nice use of state burst last into a shred. It's good job. Okay, how's that an angle? I don't understand that, but nice evasion, I guess. Good job. And Dwight gets stuck on the hook, and you now have your late game, I suppose. That's really nice. Okay. Yeah, I would pick up. I guess I'll pick up Dwight as well here. Okay, if you wanted to play like a real dick here, you could have just dropped her, but I mean, you're winning by a mile, so no reason to play sweaty. You can always just learn more if you just play around with survivors in general. That's what I like to do as well. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Okay, so one guy walks through this shack. Let's see what's going on. Okay, a window walled again. That's fine. Maybe, I'm not sure you could hit a threat here, maybe. Okay, that's surprising you didn't hit that. But again, I think it was a little bit too much charge up, and again, you can see that because you basically hit the window. So again, work on your timing a little bit. That's unlucky. Again, that should have been a hit, but it's fine that you break the pallet. I think that's your save time compared to using the threat here. Okay, some mind games on Kate. And again, as I mentioned before, you could also, that's nice by the way, you could also done some mind games on the T wall there if you wanted to, by either standing still or just like doing a quick turn, if you really wanted to. But again, it wasn't necessary because you fucked it up. But good job, enemies, good job. Let's see what's going on. I'm not really seeing anything major here that I haven't already talked about. Okay, nice. Another stack for Dwight, and oh, it's unlucky. A little bit more charge. A little bit more charge. I think this was one of the clips you also sent. It is coming soon. Okay, maybe it's later. I remember that loop as well. Okay, yep. This is just a fucking murder fest now. Let's see. Oh, there's something here. There's something here. There's definitely something here. Okay. So I'm gonna pause it. Okay, what's Dwight doing? Okay, so there's definitely something here. I'm just gonna pause it now. Okay, so if you don't know, on that truck car loop right there, you can actually slide off the right side of the car trunk, and you can actually slide straight into the pallet, and the survivor basically cannot see you charge up because you'll be behind the car. And it's really unexpected, and usually it will give you good results as well. Right, let's continue and see what's going on. Okay, you fake the pallet so she leaves it. That's nice. I mean, I guess at least she abandons the loop, which is a bit. Okay, it works, so that's fine. Nice, and you get her here. That's cool. Good job. Yep, and hook on here, that's fine as well. Oh, yes. You can gap closure now. Yeah, good job. I think if you're charged up immediately, you might have been able to get Dwight, but I think you definitely could have gotten Kate here. Okay, nice fake on the pallet. Let's see. Where does Dwight go? He goes to the TL wall. He goes to this loop. Okay, I see what you're trying to do here. Okay, I'm just gonna pause here. There's something I want to show you as well. Okay, so if you want to use the shred on the short side of the long wall, you want to back up a little bit and hide your red stain and just directly pounce into the pallet. So when the survivor crosses into the pallet, they'll get hit, and it'll be hard for them to react to it because you won't have any red stain, they won't hear you sound cue, and it's also highly unexpected, but you will still be in a straight line. If you want to, that's how I would at least tackle it with the shred. Otherwise, I'll just do a regular one on that. Okay, let's continue with the gameplay. So Dwight goes to the TL wall. And he does a nice mind game as well. Well done, Dwight. And a good dead heart as well. I'm not sure if you could use zone that because you could just turn again. I think you could have hit him if you committed. Again, this is a bit too obvious, and you're also going a bit too far out on this side as well. Let's just see when this chase ends. And Dwight molds the window. Okay, cool, interesting. Yeah, and you get him with a regular mind. Okay, that's fine. So I'm just gonna pause this again. Okay, so I just want to show you a few examples on the long wall. So first off, it's just like 50-50, but it depends which way you force the survivor. That's the first side, and this is the second side as well. And you can see how I like sort of curve in towards wall. You can actually hit them under the pallet, even land under the pallet. And it's all about charge time and timing, because you don't want to give your position away. This was a streamer I played against, just to give you another example as well. I also noticed that you went, because I basically noticed that you went a little bit far out as well. Now if you wanted to break the pallet, that's fine, because I almost think you can kind of like break the pallet from this angle as well, by the way. I'll provide a link to a video showing the pallet break angles as of now as well. Okay, let's go back to reality and see what's gonna go on now. Again, I think you're doing it right. It's just a small, like a few polishing thing and stuff like that I would put in personally if you want to use the shred more. But other than that, I think you're doing it right actually. Let's see. At least they're losing the game quite hard. This is pretty much over, I would say. Okay, so Claudette is here. Oh, that's way too much charge. You need just a short one there. Don't need to have that much charge. I think this was the second clip. Yeah, okay, nice rotations. I like your little mind games you're doing here, but again, you're holding it down for way too long. I think I would have forced her on the other side, and then done like a fake to one on the other side. But I mean, you get her here on the tire, so that's fine, I suppose. Alright, just gonna pick up Claudette and go and hook her, I suppose. I can't remember, because like I think the rest of the game was just like fooling around pretty much, at least at one point. So I'll just skip that if that is this section. I'm not entirely sure, but let's see what happens. Okay, nice. I think that's your second portal first in this game, which is fine. You don't really need it. The map is so short, so it's fine. Right, Dwight is running, holding down W. Okay, I guess he's gonna get that unhook. And you probably murdered him because you have so many stacks now. Yeah. Boom. Dead. Boom. Okay, yeah. Borrowed time, yeah. That's fine. Dead. Again. Could have done a pounce if you really wanted to. But again, she has dead hard, so I can understand if that was your decision. I don't know if you know if she had dead hard actually. But again, it's fine. Not a problem at all. Okay, so let's see what happens next. Okay, so I just skimmed through the rest of the gameplay, and yeah, you pretty much won now, because like, yeah, there's nothing else to do really. You're gonna kill one guy now, and then there's gonna be 2 left, and then it's pretty much over. And the rest of the game, you're just fucking around with them, which is fine. I think that's really good, by the way, because then you can like learn all the tips and tricks and stuff like that. That's usually what I do as well. Yeah, so I hope this helped out, and I hope that you could learn a few tricks here and there, and like improve your gameplay. And I also hope that everyone else watching this could learn a few things too. That would be really cool as well. That's the entire point of this as well. And thank you for letting me coach you for this session. And if anyone else wants to be coached at some point, let me know and send me a video or something, and at some point I'll probably have a look at it or something. Yeah, and take care guys.